channel, welcome to another video. So a very exciting parcel has arrived this morning. It's from my favorite online kind of clean and green beauty company called Naturisimo. So I've ordered a bunch of testers that we're going to talk through in a little bit later. But the topic of this video is actually going to be around why I still personally choose sort of clean and green beauty and products whenever I can. And I know that that term is controversial because what do we mean by clean? What do we even mean by green? These aren't standard definitions. But what I mean when I say clean and green, I mean items or products that do not have controversial and potentially harmful toxins in them. I have quite a scientific background. I studied pharmacology, which is literally the study of drugs in the human body, and even so I will always err on the side of caution when it comes to the products and things that I am using, and I want to tell you my reasons why. So my first main gripe with the way that the cosmetics and the personal care industry is set up is that the companies are essentially left to police themselves. So what I mean by that is that it is the responsibility of the companies to prove that the ingredients that they are using in their products are safe for use. And so because of that, a lot of the science and a lot of the research that is done on these ingredients are of course funded by the companies themselves, and that can of course create biases, it can create conflicts of interest. And this isn't a conspiracy theory, this is common knowledge. It's a difficult problem to solve, but that it is a problem. Of course, there are these independent review councils, so both in the EU as well as the US, is that they will then go and review the ingredients independently of the companies, but often this is done once the ingredients are already being used in products that are out on the market. So there's very much a kind of guilty until proven innocent approach when it comes to ingredients, because of course there have been lots of scandals and lots of instances. The most well-known one is talcum powder, which was being used, or talc, which was used in baby powder, and that was then shown to have a very, very strong link to increased risk of ovarian cancer, and they had to pay a lot of damages to various families who of course lost loved ones. But this is not an issue that is exclusive to the kind of synthetic and chemically derived ingredients. This is also the case for clean beauty products, because just because something is natural definitely does not mean that it is going to be good for you or better for you. There's a lot of experimentation involved in the kind of the clean beauty formulations because it's quite a new field. So this is just kind of, I guess, a more contextual issue that I have with the cosmetics and the personal care industry on like a broader level. So this is very much related to my second main issue with the way that the industry is set up, and that is that research doesn't catch up fast enough with the consumption of these products. So the way that it works at the moment is that ingredients are of course tested for short-term use. They determine whether they are safe or not safe. They're released out into the market, and then they might be used for years, decades, generations of people, and only once a certain level of incidences are hit, that's when something might be called into question as to whether it is safe or not, after all these people have been using these products for many, many years. And all the research is only just coming out now, which is because it has been several years since these products were first manufactured in the sort of the 50s and 60s, when mass production really came into play. Basically, there is no real way of testing the safety of long-term chemical exposure without using an ingredient and testing it time over time, year over year, decade after decade, and then releasing it out into the market. That's just not realistic. That's just not how it works. Companies want to use these ingredients, they want to put them into their products, and only now are we seeing some of the long-term effects that using a lot of these heavy chemicals can have. And this leads me to my final point, which is the scary point, and that is that there is a rising prevalence in cancers, reproductive disorders, developmental issues in fetuses, male infertility, and all these other very scary, horrible illnesses and diseases that are related to toxin exposure. Now, we talk a lot about the toxins and the chemicals in our food, and we talk a lot about pollution in the air, but only recently now have we started talking about all the toxins and the chemicals that we are using on a very regular basis in the products that we are putting on our bodies. Like, for me, I don't feel like you need to be a scientist to see that there is obviously going to be a link between those two things. So for me, it's all about minimizing my risk and minimizing my exposure to chemicals and toxins whenever I can, because now that there is research coming out that there are certain types of ingredients, things like phthalates, things like parabens, that are potentially harmful with long-term use, then if I can choose products that don't have those ingredients, then why wouldn't I go for those? And especially as a woman, I haven't had children yet, I just want to minimize the potential risk of any that any chemical exposure could have. And this isn't to say that I only ever use clean products, definitely not. If you saw some of my other videos about what moisturizers I use, these are definitely chemically derived, and I'm sure they are perfectly safe for use. But it's about being informed and being able to make those decisions for yourself with all the knowledge available. So I'm going to show you guys in a minute this app that I use, which I have been using for several years now, and it's called the Clean Beauty app. But before we do that, let's have a look at some of the products that I got today, because that's what we're really here for, aren't we? Let's have a look now at all the little fun things that I have bought. So I am looking for a new shampoo because I like the shampoo that I'm using, but firstly it's quite expensive. Secondly, I use it every day now, and it can be quite strong because it has a lot of rosemary and peppermint in it. And so I've gone for this Burt's Bees, this is a baby shampoo. So I thought the gentler the shampoo, the better. So pretty excited to try that one. I did also say in my other hair care, there's a lot of hair products here because I'm trying to sort out my hair care routine. So I bought these 2 different conditioners from this company called Inner Sense. There's the Hydrating Cream Conditioner and the Color Radiance Daily Conditioner. So excited to try those. You can see that these are little sample sizes. I've also got this John Masters Organics Scalp Purifying Serum. So obviously, the healthier your scalp, the healthier your hair growth. And finally, I got a Green People Quinoa and Avocado Hair Serum. But now I want to show you guys the app so I can show you exactly how it works. And if you guys want to download it, you can do that too. So let's go into my phone now. So it is here, and it is called Clean Beauty. So the ways it works is that you just take a picture of the ingredients. Let's get this one up. So take a picture of the ingredients. It's really clever, this. So you just go, it's really difficult to do this while filming at the same time. So then you click Analyze, and then it does an ingredient analysis. And then you go. So then you'll get a list of the different ingredients that are potentially controversial. And then it will just tell you a little bit more about why it's controversial. So this one is a suspected irritant, suspected allergenic, suspected toxicity, and then it has a whole bunch of studies that it does. And obviously, like, the thing is, most things will have something. This is an allergen, so limonene, that's like a fragrance that some people can be allergic to. It's really difficult to find anything that doesn't have any controversial ingredients. You do find some. The main thing about this is that I like getting the information and being able to see what the research is for myself and just make a decision based on that. So if you guys are interested in downloading that app, then I will leave a link in the description box down below. There's a few different apps that do the same thing. This is just the one that I've been using and it works really well. I'll also leave a link to Naturisimo in the description box so you can see for yourself and have a look at all the fun things that you can find on there. They have free worldwide delivery over, I think it's like £25, which is like, I'd say like, oh, I'm so bad with the exchange rate. I'll put the exchange rate up here. But now let's move on to the fun part of the video and try one of these testers. So let's try this one, the Inner Sense Color Radiance Daily Conditioner. Hours now, my hair is now fully dry, and yeah, it feels really nice, really soft. So I ended up trying out the scalp serum as well as the hair serum, and both were really nice. So yeah, very pleased about that. But I just wanted to finish off the video and making one more point about the whole clean beauty debate. So I am very aware that I'm in the financial position to be able to afford some of the alternatives to your kind of more standard off-the-shelf versions, because often these kind of clean beauty products and this is one of the counter arguments, to be fair, is that it is used as a bit of a marketing ploy, and because of that they whack on a premium and they can become very, very expensive. And so it does often become a bit divisive, it can become a question of privilege. And I totally get that, but what I would say to that is that we can all afford to just use less product, because there's lots of things that I just have stopped using altogether rather than having replaced. So as an example, I used to do my nails all the time. Now I only ever do my nails on very special occasions. This is gonna sound gross, but I don't use deodorant super regularly, because firstly, I feel like I don't really need it. Like I shower every single day, and your deodorant is like, you know, there's a lot of glands in your armpits, and I don't know, I just don't like the idea of spraying something there every single day and it kind of being absorbed into your body. So that's another thing. But I mean, obviously what I'm saying is like, there could be things that you could just scale back on and cut out altogether, because I mean, half of the things that we use we probably don't even need, right? But I just really want to hear from you guys and hear where you stand on this topic. Are you guys into kind of clean beauty, even though I hate that term? Or do you just, you know, stick to your kind of bog standard off the shelf stuff? I'm kind of in the middle. You can see that I use a mixture of both, but yeah, just let me know. Interested to hear. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you want to see more videos about skin, hair or health, then please do subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon for another video. Bye.